This is Music News and Mix, your weekly show.
So we're diving deep today with Music News and Mix, Episode 3. And wow, it's a lot to unpack.
Yes, it is.
We've got David Guetta's big Ibiza comeback, Martin Garrix absolutely killing it at Ultra Miami, and all this talk about new community projects in the electronic music scene, right?
Absolutely.
Plus, tons of buzz about the newest music tech and, oh yeah, all those DJDTIME releases.
Right.
It really captures just how much is going on in the electronic music world.
For sure, yeah.
But there's one thing from this episode that really stood out to me, and I'm guessing you're thinking about it too. With all this AI stuff evolving so quickly, I mean, is it possible that by 2025, human songwriters could become, well, obsolete? Like,
Right.
Is that even on the table?
Yeah, no, it's definitely the question everyone's asking.
What's interesting to me is how much easier AI is making it for people to create music, you know?
Yeah.
The episode mentions all these tools like Suno and Udio, and then there's these really powerful AI systems like GPT-4 Turbo and Musical M.
Right.
They can actually create really complex stuff, like full-on musical pieces.
crazy.
So it's like suddenly anyone can make music, even if they don't have years of training or anything.
Right, and that's kind of what's so fascinating about it all.
Exactly. It's a total game changer.
Yeah.
The article even gives this example, something like, you just type in, write a really sad breakup ballad in the style of Taylor Swift, like about a romance that went wrong in the fall, and boom, the AI spits out the lyrics, the melody, vocals, the whole thing, right?
Ah.
And get this, some AI can even analyze Spotify data to figure out what BPMs and hook structures are trending so you can make your music more catchy, you know?
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing, right? It feels like this could totally change how electronic music is made, actually how all music is made.
Absolutely. It really does feel like a turning point in music in a lot of ways.
But here's the thing. When we think about what really makes a song great,
Yeah.
where does that come from? You know,
Yeah.
the episode actually talks about this in a really interesting way.
Right.
Human songwriters, they're drawing from their own lives, their own experiences, all the emotions, the ups and downs, the heartbreak, the growth, the nostalgia, those personal journeys, you know?
Yeah.
Like that feeling of pouring your heart out at 3 in the morning or having a sudden burst of inspiration on the subway. Can an algorithm really capture that?
That raw, authentic feeling.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
It's a huge question. It really makes you think about what's at the heart of making art in electronic music and beyond.
Right, like AI can imitate styles and create music that sounds emotional, but can it actually feel those emotions, you know?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it's a tough one to answer.
Yeah.
But the article does bring up this really interesting idea. Maybe instead of replacing humans, AI could actually be a really cool collaborator.
I like that.
Like imagine a producer using AI to generate a beat that's completely unique, something they never would have thought of on their own.
Right.
And that beat takes their music in a whole new direction. Or they could use AI to quickly handle some of the more technical parts of production.
Yeah, so they can focus more on the creative side of things. That's the thing the source really emphasizes, the core artistic elements, like having a unique vision, your own voice, that rawness, that vulnerability. Those things are still human.
Yeah.
AI can help overcome some of the technical challenges and make things move faster, which is a huge advantage, especially in electronic music, where things move so fast. It's so fast-paced, it's constantly evolving.
So while the article acknowledges that we'll probably start seeing AI-composed tracks hitting the charts,
Probably.
it also suggests that maybe we'll start to value human artistry even more, you know?
Interesting, yeah.
Kind of like with photography and Photoshop. Photoshop changed how we edit photos,
Yeah.
but it didn't take away from the value of a real photo that captures a human perspective.
It's a good analogy. I think that's a really important point. You know, as AI-generated music becomes more and more common,
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see if that leads to more of an emphasis on the human element, like the story and the emotion behind a track.
Right. People might start seeking out that authenticity.
Exactly, that realness that comes from a human creator.
So it seems like the main takeaway from this episode is that AI isn't going to completely wipe out human songwriters in 2025.
I don't think so, at least not completely.
It's going to change the landscape, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And the artists who figure out how to use these tools in their creative process, they're going to be the ones leading the way, not just in electronic music, but in all kinds of music.
Totally agree. It's all about adapting and evolving.
It's not about one replacing the other. It's about finding ways to work together.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key.
And if you think about the history of music, technology has always pushed artists to innovate, right?
Always, always, yeah. Every new tool creates new challenges and new opportunities.
So for everyone listening, the big picture here is that AI is definitely shaking things up in the world of music creation.
It's a huge shift.
But that human element, your ability to express your own experiences, your own feelings in a song, that's not going anywhere.
That's the core of it all.
It's just going to have to find new ways to express itself in this constantly evolving sonic landscape.
That's what makes it so exciting, right?
Exactly.
There's this question I think would be interesting for you to consider, building on what the episode brought up.
Okay, what is it?
With all these AI music tools developing so fast, what does authenticity in electronic music, or really any music, even mean to you in 2025 and beyond?
That's a really good question.
What qualities will make a track feel truly human in a world where AI can basically create anything?
Yeah, it's almost like the definition of what it means to be human is changing.
Right. It's changing alongside the technology.
It's wild to think about.
It really is. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all unfolds.
David Guetta announced this new residency in Ibiza called Galactic Circus at this brand new club called UNVRS.
Yeah, this is a big one.
It really is.
This is a big one for him. I mean, like you said, brand new club.
Right.
It's supposed to be super high tech.
Yeah.
All the sound and the visuals and the lights are like next level. And it seems like Guetta is really going all out on the production for this residency.
It sounds like it. I mean, he's calling it his most ambitious residency yet. So I think that tells you something.
Right. And it's going for a while, too, like all summer, basically June 13th to October 3rd every Friday.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's a commitment.
It is. And he's not new to Ibiza either.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not. He's had some legendary residencies there already.
Yeah. But this time it feels different, like he's trying to take it up a notch.
Yeah, I think you're right. The whole Galactic Circus theme and how he's talking about creating this like otherworldly environment. It sounds like he wants to make it more of a complete sensory experience.
Totally. And I wonder if that's becoming the new standard in Ibiza.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone trying to one-up each other with these crazy immersive shows.
It could be. Yeah. I mean, people are definitely looking for more than just a DJ set these days. They want the whole package.
Right, exactly. And speaking of high-energy performances, we have to talk about Martin Garrix closing out Ultra Miami's 25th anniversary.
Oh, man, what a set.
Seriously, people are calling it one of the most emotionally charged sets of his career.
Yeah, and you can imagine the pressure of closing out that anniversary.
I can't even imagine.
25 years of Ultra. It's a huge deal.
Huge.
And he absolutely killed it.
He played all the hits, obviously, but he also debuted some new tracks, which everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, Gravity with Some Vox and Some to Believe with Third Party and New Law.
Finally. I've been waiting to hear those live for ages, and apparently the fireworks and lasers were perfectly synced to the music.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like they really went all out on the visuals for that set.
Yeah, and everyone was saying that it wasn't just about the energy. You know, it was like this emotional connection he had with the crowd, this like collective euphoria.
That's what makes him so special, you know? He can really connect with his fans on that deeper level.
Totally. All right, well, let's move on to some new music tech that's caught our eye.
All right.
So first up, we have the Elektron Digitone II.
Yeah, this one's cool.
I know a lot of people have been waiting for this upgrade.
Yeah, it's got 16-voice polyphony now, so you can play way more notes at the same time.
Nice.
New filters, enhanced sequencing. It's like a whole new beast.
So basically, way more possibilities for sound design.
Exactly.
Then there's Orchid, which is this collaboration between Kevin Parker from Tame Impala
Oh, wow.
and this company called Telepathic Instruments. It's a 16-voice polyphony chord generator with built-in effects.
So it's kind of like a tool for sparking new ideas.
Yeah, like if you're feeling stuck, it can help you come up with some interesting chord progressions.
Very cool.
And then we have NVIDIA Fugatto, which is this AI-powered music creation tool.
Oh, yeah. AI is everywhere these days.
It really is. So
Yeah.
with this, you can basically create music using text prompts or even by humming a melody.
It's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. It's still early days,
Yeah.
but I think this kind of tech has the potential to really change how we make music.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes.
Totally. All right, moving on to some hardware, we have the Donner L1, which is an analog clone of the Roland SH-101.
Ah, classic.
I know, right? And the ESI X synth, which is this polyphonic aftertouch keyboard synth.
So for the accent, that means you can like press down on the keys after they're already playing and it'll change the sound.
Yeah, wild, right? It's all about adding more expression to your playing.
Love that.
And last but not least, Windows 11 is finally adding MIDI 2.0 support.
It's about time.
I know, right? So this means faster speeds, higher resolution, all that good stuff.
Yeah, basically it allows your music gear and software to communicate more efficiently.
Exactly. So it's good news for anyone who uses MIDI controllers or software instruments.
Definitely. All right, before we wrap up, we have to mention this new album coming out from DJDTIME called Magnetic Nights.
Oh, yes. This one's right up my alley.
Tell me about it.
It's French house with filtered bass lines, analog synths, all that good stuff, aiming for that like late night groove.
Nice.
It's coming out on April 17th on Guidance Records.
Catchy name.
I know, right? And it's going to be available on all the major platforms, so make sure to check it out if you're into that classic French house sound.
Just to kind of sum up real quick, it sounds like Magnetic Nights is going to be, a really kind of a cohesive blend of those, classic French house influences, but with some contemporary, touches and really catered towards people who, appreciate groove and those late night vibes.
If you're looking for something, to put on while you're, out for a drive late at night or just, relaxing at home, this is definitely going to be one to check out for sure.
So moving on from that, we wanted to shine a light on another really important thing, and that is the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And, this was something that was highlighted in this week's Music News and Mix as well. And it's a great way to get involved if you are a listener and you want to kind of, be a part of the show or just, contribute to the conversation.
Yeah, they're basically opening it up for community submission.
Which is awesome.
It is awesome. I mean, they want to hear about, your favorite new track drops. If you're at a festival and you're picking up on some exciting energy, you can send that in, or, any kind of scene updates, from wherever you are in the world, even if it's, a local thing and you think it's really cool, you can share it with everybody.
Yeah. And, they even said, send us tips on underground artists. If you've got a friend who's making music or you've discovered somebody online that you think deserves more attention.
Or even, funny EDM stories. We've all got those crazy stories about, late nights and going to shows and just weird things that have happened.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to submit. All you have to do is send a DM or an email, and we'll have the details on how to do that in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best part is, if they choose to feature your submission, you'll get a shout out on the show and a mention in the show notes. So it's a great way to kind of get your name out there and share your passion with everybody.
For sure. And, it's so cool to see, this kind of a community-focused initiative, because I think, it really helps to kind of build, a stronger scene overall, when people are sharing and connecting and supporting each other.
It's all about fostering that ecosystem. Just to kind of wrap things up, I think the main takeaways here are definitely, the upcoming release of DJDTIME's Magnetic Nights, which sounds incredibly promising.
April 17th.
April 17th. And then also, just this really cool opportunity to get involved with the community and, share your own stories and thoughts and just connect with other people who love electronic music as much as you do.
And on that note, what are you most excited about after hearing all of this? What do you want to hear from DJDTIME on this new album? Are you maybe inspired to submit something yourself? Let us know.
And here's a final thought to leave you with. We talked about how, Magnetic Nights is kind of blending those classic French house elements with some newer sounds. What other genres out there do you think are ripe for that kind of reinvention? What could be the next big thing?
That's a great question. So I guess my question for you listening is, what are you most excited about? Are you hyped for these massive immersive shows, or are you more into the new music tech and what it means for the future of sound? So that's it for this deep dive. Hopefully you're feeling informed and ready for the weekend. Remember to check out DJDTIME's new music when it drops.
And keep your eyes peeled for any big news.
Music News and Mix is back every Thursday with more updates. Until then, enjoy the music.
Don't talk to me unless you talk to the beat. I don't do small talk, I do big bass. You're looking, I see it, but can you listen with your body? Every step I take says more than rhythm to the beat. Stay in rhythm to the beat. Stay in rhythm to the beat. Stay in the rhythm to let it 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 beat. Stay in the rhythm. Just heat. So if you wanna say something, say it with your hips. Say it on the 2 and the 4. No need for words, the rhythm gets me. The night hears me, now move. Don't talk to me unless you talk to the beat. I don't do small talk, I do big bass. You're looking, I see it, but can you listen with your body? Every step I take says more than your last text. Every look I give, a full verse. Just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat. Say it, you're Say it, the rhythm to let it beat. 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 Just heat. So if you wanna say something, say it with your hips. Say it on the 2 and the 4. No need for words, the rhythm gets me. The night hears me, now move. Don't talk to the beat unless you talk to the beat. I don't do small talk, I do big bass. You're looking, I see it, but can you listen with your body? Every step I take says more than your last text. Every look I give, full verse. Just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat, just heat.